I'm doing okay. I want to start by saying hats off to both fighters. This is a boxing need. You know, two young fighters putting it all on the line, and thank God both of them, didn't get any serious injuries.
Fact.
Hats off. They ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. It was a good fight. Devin fought his ass off. Ryan fought his ass off. Good fight.
So, Coach, round one comes, he gets clipped early. I mean, within like the 20 seconds into the fight, what's going through your mind?
I knew that he had to walk through hell. My prediction was if it was a win, it's going to be Ryan by knockout and Devin by decision. But Ryan wound up getting a decision. But in order for anybody to beat Ryan, you got to walk through hell. Ryan can fight and he can punch. He can punch, man. He can punch. And whenever you got that hammer, I was just telling the guys on a Rise podcast, you can be in trouble in a fight, and at any given time, you can get yourself out of trouble. And Devin don't have that hammer. So when you're in trouble, how you gonna fight somebody off? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can only be defensive.
Exactly, because once you get somebody hurt, even if you're tired, if you hurt somebody, you're gonna get rejuvenated because you're gonna see them hurt. That's gonna give you that burst of energy to go harder. Devin couldn't fight him off, man. Couldn't fight him off. Good fight though.
So they give round one to Ryan, right? And then Devin Haney finds a groove, right?
Maybe 2 or 3 rounds. The following 3 rounds, Devin was edging it out. Mm-hmm. My phone was ringing off the hook. Everybody talking about Devin going outbox him. I ain't even answer the phone because you got a few more rounds. People forget you got more rounds to go. Fuck you getting excited for,
Mm-hmm.
But when you got a puncher, man, they can punch from round 12. Round 1 to round 12, they can punch. People forget it. They get overexcited too early in the fight.
Right. I had a couple coaches, texting me while the fight was going on. Some of them said that Bill Haney failed Devin tonight. What would you have to say about that?
I didn't hear him in the corner. I think one time he was telling Devin to feint, use his jab. I heard that, but that's all I heard, But I saw while Devin was in the actual fight, I seen him look over at his corner twice, like Brown was putting that heat on him. He peeped at the corner twice, like what to do, He had that look on his face.
When you see that, Coach, like what do you see? Like what would you have to explain that is? What is that?
When it's like the fighter is desperate, he needs some answers to get out of the situation that he in. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, He looked over at the corner twice. It's crazy.
So
in the 12th round, I think it was left for the 12th. Devin looked up at the camera. The time. He looked at, when fighters start looking up at the time.
Bad sign.
Yeah.
Now the first round comes, Ryan clips him. He's kind of, he's wobbling a little bit. So the first round comes, Ryan hits him with that check left hook, wobbles him. Then Devin gets some success. When you're seeing this, right, as a coach looking and observing the fighter, what do you see? Because that's adversity.
You said Devin?
Yeah.
Ryan hit Devin, right?
Yeah, first round.
Oh.
Devin picks it up.
But Ryan, I thought Ryan edged the first round. He edged that round out, right?
Yeah. for sure.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is like round 2 comes, round 3 comes, round 4 comes, and now Devin is starting to, you know, collect the rounds up. Like, as far as that is concerned, what would you have to say? I mean, I feel like there's some type of testament into will of wanting to step in, but do you think it's that, or do you think it's like all the talk that's been geared up to the fight that you have to do this
Yeah,
now?
they had so much animosity, they had to, you know what I mean? But in that situation, you just got to stick with your game plan and stay on your jab, you know what I mean? But yeah, they had so much
So,
animosity toward each other. That's why it was something like an alley fight, you know?
mm, so all right, how about this? Ryan Garcia, grade his performance. How about that? We'll start there.
I give Ryan from 1 to 10. I give him an 8, 7, 7 plus. You know, he was reckless at times. He was turning his back. They
Right.
both was holding. They both was holding Devin. In the early part of the fight, Devin was dipping his head down, putting himself in position to get hit behind the head. Then Ryan, in the later rounds, is really turning his back. You know, so both of them was doing, doing some crazy shit tonight.
It seemed to me that Ryan was complaining a lot with the referee. In your eyes, did you feel like the referee was being fair on both sides? I mean,
At the
I feel like
beginning,
there was a lot
at
of.
the beginning, Devin kept grabbing, and the ref wasn't calling it. But towards like the halfway of the fight, Ryan was holding Devin, and then the ref started calling it. So it happens though, you know.
Hmm.
It happens. It was an ugly fight, but a good fight. you
Right.
know?
Um, as far as the first point that the first point that was taken away from Ryan Garcia when he scored that knockdown, when that was going on, what was going through your head? Do you think that that was like a fair call?
Yeah, I mean, it was time for somebody. Both of them could have got a point taken away. You know what I mean? Ryan was just the first one, but I know something, man. Fucking make Ryan mad, man. Every time they made him mad, he would put that high guard up and he would come in. I'm like, they don't need to piss Ryan off. Ryan gonna go off on him, and that's what happened. That's what happened.
So, what do you think about some of the things that he added? I see that he added the like the framing work with the hand. I noticed that he framed a lot with his hand, a
Yeah,
lot. Do you
kept it
feel like
kept
that was obsessive?
kept his distance. I think he was trying to stop Devin. He could read Devin about to throw the overhand at times, so he was like, you know what I mean?
Which is
Um,
like the only shot you really got to worry about, really, with Devin.
yeah, that overhand. And the body shots and stuff. Because one time he was hitting when Ryan had his back turned, Devin hit him like 10 shots to the wrist, but it didn't phase him. It wasn't hard. It was a good fight though. Hats off to both of them. Glad both of them go to the hospital, get evaluated. Everything is good. That's a blessing. And it's boxing. You know what I mean? It's boxing, and nothing. Nobody got nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of the animosity was against Devin because of his dad doing the build up. You know, it was and that's what everybody was. Had the animosity against Devin.
And I try to tell people that I was like, I don't have a problem with Devin. It's just the things that Bill says. Devin has to answer for it. It just
Exactly.
sucks.
Like he's Devin is not a big hitter, and some of the things that Bill was saying, you would think Devin is a big hitter, big puncher.
So some of the things that I seen that went wrong for Devin, what would you have to say of that? Because obviously, like to press the action with your front foot, you have to be good at
I,
it. It's one of those.
I think he just didn't have the power for the style that he was fighting.
Yes,
He
yes.
coming forward, but what are you coming forward with? He should have stuck with the boxing, boxing. The whole you coming forward, you got to come with something. He don't have nothing. He don't have no power. But he's a hell of a boxer, so he should have boxed him. How the hell? You gonna take a fucking knife to a gunfight? You can't do that.
Mm. So now, where does I mean? All right. So the 3 pounds, right? Right away, people, Devin Haney fans, right away came at me and said, "Oh, he shouldn't have took the fight with the 3 pounds over." Talk to me, because that's the excuse right now.
I guarantee you, tonight Devin was heavier.
Mm,
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah. 3 pounds ain't make no difference. Hell no. You got heavyweights weighing 215 and one weighing 240. They fight all the time, you know.
Okay, so how about this? So you believe if Ryan went in there for the belt, to fight for the belt, same same outcome.
Yeah, same outcome. They would have gained their weight overnight, you know. Same outcome.
What do you see for these guys? I mean, obviously, like, Ryan's been constantly, even from his dad to everybody that said, after I beat Devin Haney, I want my rematch with Ryan Garcia. I mean, with Tank. I mean, in your eyes, do you think he earned it?
I mean, if he was a lightweight,
Right, right.
he he,
That's true.
he just said it in a way he can't make 140. So that means he's a welterweight, he's a full welterweight.
Mm-hmm.
Tank is 135 pounds.
True,
You know what I mean?
true. So, that being said, in the rematch with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, how do you see it playing out?
The same way. And unless Devin come with the game plan to box every round, he have to box. He got a box to beat Ryan. Can't bang with him. You know, cannot bang with Ryan because he don't have nothing to bang with. Everybody say he worked hard in the gym. Yes, he do. He worked hard in the gym, but he still. I tell everybody to be a champion, you're gonna have to fight somebody off of power at some point in your career. You're gonna need that pop to get somebody up off you.
And it seemed to me like, looking at the career, like, it looked like he was staring away from that, like, as far as some of the opponents, smaller guys moving up. I know that Linares had some nice pop to him, but he's gotten knocked out a few times before, coming in. And yeah, 100%. You have to deal with that situation eventually in your career.
I told everybody that Ryan is the biggest man that Devin faced so far. Everybody else was small.
Mm-hmm.
Shit makes a difference, man.
Was saying the same thing too.